Good morning, Hitch Elementary parents and students. This video is it's going to be me talking a little bit about our remote learning plan. I'm going to go over some documents that I'll share with folks electronically, and I'll also post these on our website. But I wanted to also have this face-to-face interaction where I walk you through the remote learning plan and answer some frequently asked questions. So I have down here on my screen, I have captions running, so hopefully you can follow along with me verbally, or you can read some of this. I know it's, the translation isn't great as it's capturing my voice, but hopefully you get the idea. So very soon, I'm going to be sending out this document to families. It is the Parent-Student Remote Learning Plan, or Remote Learning Instructional Plan. And it outlines what we're going to start on April 13th. So let me go over this with you. To begin is an overview section. Hitch remote learning will occur during the COVID-19 school closure beginning April 13th. Remote learning can take place in one of two ways: virtually on Google Classroom and Google Meets, and non-digitally by picking up or printing a hard copy learning packet and completing it independently. For our students that are able and willing, we do encourage student participation in virtual remote learning because students will have face-to-face meetings with teachers to learn new material. So that's an important part of this. We really wanted teachers and students to be able to engage in the curriculum on a daily basis. Now, we realize we're limited in what we can do with that, but let me go over now the schedule for remote learning so you can kind of get a picture of what this will look like on a day-to-day basis for students. All right, so the next section is the schedule for remote learning. The first thing students will do from 8 to 8:45 is they'll log into Google Classroom and watch a pre-recorded mini lesson from their teachers. Most students will have 2 or 3 mini lessons to watch in reading, math, and specials. Specials classes are art, music, library, or PE, and each mini lesson is approximately 15 minutes long. So teachers will pre-record these lessons, and students will watch them while they eat breakfast or doing something from that 8 to 8:45 time. And then from there, we're going to jump into our virtual small group meetings. So, there'll be a little break first from 8:45 to 9. But then from 9 until 10, most students will start with reading class first. And they'll be assigned a task that will be accessible in Google Classroom. And that'll be, like I said, mostly reading for the majority of our students. And students will, in that 1 hour time, they're going to have 45 minutes to work independently, but there will be a 15-minute window that each student will be assigned where they can click a link on Google Classroom, and that'll jump into a virtual meeting like this, where students can interact with their teachers in a small group setting. So there'll be, like 6 to 8 students in the session with the teacher, and the teacher will check in with them, ask them, how are you doing? Do you understand the task? Can I answer any questions for you? Or they'll give them some reteaching if need be. And then students will have a break, and then they'll have their second class of the day from 10:15 to 11:15. Just like the first class, there'll be 2 parts to this. There'll be students working independently during that 1 hour, and then each student will have a 15-minute slot from 10:15 to 11:15 where they'll do this. They'll jump into these virtual face-to-face sessions with teachers, ask questions, get reteaching if need be, and just have a time to check in with their teachers. From there is a 45-minute lunch break, and then there is a specials class. Now, specials is a little bit different. So for specials, students will only watch the pre-recorded mini lesson on Google Classroom, and then they'll complete an independent task. Unfortunately, we just don't have enough specials teachers for all of them to interact with. They're going to be servicing about 120 students on a daily basis, so they don't have time for these small group sessions with students, but they are available for email. So just reach out to your teachers via email if need be. And at that point, 1 o'clock, the day will end. And the students will have the rest of the time to, if they didn't complete any of their independent work, they can do so. And then they can also turn in their work to teachers on Google Classroom. If you want to see the complete schedule, you can click this link here in the document and you can go to the full schedule for each grade level. So this is the rotation of specials classes. There's a tab down at the bottom, and let me show you what that looks like. And you can just click on the tab and click between the different grade levels and see their schedules. So every grade level is a little bit different, but for the most part, they follow this schedule that I outlined here in this section of our schedule for virtual remote learning. All right, now I'm going to jump into some frequently asked questions that we anticipate. I think there'll be more than this, and please know that I am here. I'm going to put my email up on the screen here in a second, but it's ajstich@cps.edu. Ms. Karras is here, dmkieres@cps.edu. And then your teachers as well. Your teachers have gone over the remote learning plan with me, and they know it pretty well. So feel free to reach out to your teachers. So this is by no means all the questions we anticipate, but these are some of the important ones that we anticipate getting. First, how will students be graded? That's pretty easy. Students are going to get 100% grade, a 100% grade for each assignment that they complete. So each assignment will be graded individually, and students will get a 100% grade. They just need to turn it in on Google Classroom, which it's pretty simple. I think most of you will be able to figure it out, but if not, there's simple tutorial videos online. We'll probably link some to our website, and you can see how to turn in an assignment. Now, for students that are going to be doing the hard copy packets of remote learning, they will receive a 100% grade for the portion of the packets that they complete. So we understand that not everyone will be able to participate in remote learning. We're going to offer devices for students to loan, to borrow, and we know a lot of you have devices at home. We urge you to use those and participate in daily remote learning, but not everyone will be able to, and we totally understand that. So there is a remote learning packet, and if a student completes a portion of that packet, they will get a 100% grade equivalent to the portion of the packet that they complete. So in other words, let's say my teacher gives out 10 assignments total. I'm just giving you a simple example so you understand. But 10 assignments during all of remote learning, right? And they give those out on Google Classroom. But I'm a student and I can't participate in Google Classroom for whatever reason. But I did do the hard copy packet. Now let's say I do 50% of that hard copy packet. Well, I'll get 100% grades for 5 of the 10 assignments that I completed. Will I get zeros for the ones that I didn't? No. No, these assignments cannot have a negative impact on students' grade, and that's a directive from Chicago Public Schools. So we're following those guidelines. The next question, will attendance be taken for virtual remote learning? The answer is yes. Teachers will take daily attendance. However, we don't think those attendance records will go on students' permanent record. It will just be used for in-house purposes for monitoring who's able to participate in our remote learning. These are the minutes of instruction we anticipate students to work on daily. So for pre-K, they don't have specials classes because the minute requirement is so small. So pre-K is 60 minutes. Grades kindergarten through 2nd grade, 90 minutes. Grades 3rd through 5th grade, 120 minutes. And grades 6 through 8, 180 minutes. Now, is that minutes that I'm going to be doing this where I'm going to be having face-to-face interactions with teachers? No. That is the time I'm going to watch pre-recorded mini lessons. That's the time I'm going to spend in small group virtual face-to-face meetings with teachers, and the time we anticipate it will complete independent tasks. You put those three things together and you're going to get these minutes for student work in each grade level. If for some reason your child or you as the student, you're taking a lot longer than that or a lot shorter than that, just reach out to your teacher and let them know, and we'll try to modify the task for you. Okay. What curriculum will be taught in virtual remote learning? We're going to teach math and reading. We're keeping this very simple. So, and then your specials classes. Now, if you're a middle schooler, it's a little bit different. You do have science or social studies. For kindergarten through 8th grade, our math curriculum is math in focus, which is why students will need their student workbooks. For kindergarten through 8th grade, we're going to be doing Lucy Calkins Reader's Workshop mini lessons, and students can complete the tasks with a book at home. And as well for pre-K through 2nd grade, there will be some phonics instruction with a curriculum that we use called Foundations. Now, 6th through 8th grade, science will be on our Amplify Science curriculum. That's pretty much all online, so Mr. Kim will assign those tasks to students in Google Classroom. And then for those students in middle school that have social studies with Mr. Kinsey creates his materials. Likewise for pre-K, Miss Epstein creates materials for pre-K students, and then for all of our specials classes, art, music, library, computer science, PE, those teachers create their materials. All right, now, next question. How do I log into Google Classroom? It's pretty simple. Students, you will receive an individual email from your teacher, so you will need to know your CPS email account. You log in there. Your teacher will have sent you an invitation to go to Google Classroom, and Google Classroom looks like, let me show you what it looks like here. So in your Google account, you'll go to these Google apps in this button at the top right, and you'll scroll down to Google Classroom. After you have accepted an invitation, you'll get like an invitation like this with a join button from all your teachers. Like I have one here from Miss Alvarez, from Miss Crawford. And then I'm just going to use this as an example. And then you'll go into your Google Classroom interface, and it looks like this. So each day you'll have a stream, just like on a Facebook or a Twitter stream. And these links will include your pre-recorded mini lessons, as well as your assignments and your materials that you may need for assignments. So it'll all be right there for you. It should be fairly self-explanatory. But if you need more detailed instructions, I've put a link here that kind of walks you through in a very, very finite way how to access Google Classroom for your student. How do I join virtual small group sessions with my teachers? I posted some instructions that can be found here by clicking there. But basically what will happen is your teachers will send students email links for their daily small group sessions. And they can then just click on those links, and that'll take them to a virtual meeting like this. It'll automatically pop up. You'll have to click join. You may want to mute your microphone, just like that, so you can hear the teacher at times, or you may want to leave it unmuted so you can ask a teacher a question. But it's pretty simple, just a couple clicks. What feedback should I expect to receive from my teacher? Teachers will be grading assignments, and they will be providing verbal or written feedback to students every week. That's why we strongly encourage to join the virtual small group sessions with teachers, permitting that students are able and willing to do so. There's not going to be any penalty. That's the next question here. Is there any penalty if my child cannot or will not participate in virtual remote learning? No, not at all. We understand that not everyone can participate. We understand that, and if you can, please do so. But if you can't, don't worry about it. Nothing to stress over. There's enough going on in the world right now that you don't need to stress over this. So if you can't participate in the virtual learning, just complete one of these packets. If you need us to print it out for you, that's fine. Just shoot me an email or Miss Karras an email, and we can print that out for you and pick it up. Or you can just click these links here for English and Spanish, and you can print out the packet at home. What do I do if my child can't remember the password or username to their CPS Gmail account? You can email Mr. Curry. I put his email right here, and he can assist you with resetting the password and logging in. What devices can students use to access virtual remote learning? A lot of devices. My daughter is able to do this on an iPad. You can do it on almost any laptop or tablet device, and even some phones. You can use Google Classroom. So most devices work. Again, you log into the CPS Gmail account for the student, and then you click this little button that says Google Classrooms. It's a little bit different on the iPhone or tablet, but that's basically what you do. What do I do if I need to borrow a device for my child? It's pretty simple. I sent out an email and posted instructions for doing that on Facebook and on Twitter, our accounts for the school. But you just contact Miss Karras. She is in charge of device distribution and for students that need to pick up their math and focus workbooks. We're going to do that every day beginning tomorrow, Friday, April 3rd, from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. and all next week. So that is, next week is April 6th through 10th, so the week of spring break. We'll be here and offering device pickup. Again, if you can, please use a device from home. And I just say that because we don't have enough devices for everybody. But if you can't, we do have some devices here, and we want to encourage you to pick one up from us. Will students need their math and focus student workbooks? Yes, they will. So if you as a student don't have that at home, please just make those arrangements on those days that I just mentioned, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. from April 3rd to April 10th, and go to door 2. We are going to offer a contact list pickup. So you go to door 2, you tell us what you need in the microphone. We go get it, we put it on a table, we open the door, that table is right there, you just pick it up from the table. So there's no interaction or touching, so we're not spreading the COVID-19 virus, and everything should be hunky-dory. All right, what do I do if I have questions? You can contact your teacher. That's your first point of contact. Our instructional staff, they have many questions that they can answer related to remote learning. Likewise, I'm here. I put my email address here, and so did I put Miss Karras's. We're kind of all hands on deck. Please do be patient with us. We're kind of learning this along, and we made up this plan just in the past couple days. So be patient with us, but we're going to try to answer every single question that we get as fast as we possibly can. But like I said, be patient with us, please. We're only human, and we're all in this together. So that's it for the remote learning plan video. I'm going to post these instructions on our website, and you can visit that website, hitchschool.org. And like I said, feel free to contact me or Ms. Karras or your child's teacher if you have any questions. Thanks, everybody, and I hope you're staying safe and staying well.